All right, all right, all right. Good evening, everyone. We are live again. This is a little mishap there. Good evening, everyone. We are live again for episode 2 of Pappy's Premium Pod. Today we have a special guest, someone I've been speaking to for a while. We are actually just before the live started, we were on chatting a little bit, and seems like a really cool guy. He's working some great projects as well. He's doing some great stuff, and yeah, I mean, you guys already know who it is, Senne from Future Royals, and yeah, let's bring him on. Let's welcome him and have a little talk and see what he's got to say. Senne,
Well,
welcome.
hello. Good evening.
Good evening, mate. How you doing?
I'm good. You?
Yeah, good too. Actually, I had a bit of a funny thing today. We've had a cat, right, in the house for a couple months. My wife decided to get a cat. I wasn't really a cat person, but I've got a bunch of snakes, so I couldn't really say no to her for
Yeah.
wanting a cat. And I actually, this station where I am is where I work during the day. I work from home, and the cat was sitting with me pretty much the whole day. And at one stage of the afternoon, I started like coughing and I felt like some weird stuff on my throat and my like the back of my tongue. It's like, is this like an allergic reaction or something? Am I becoming allergic to the cat? And I was like, it got him away from me, and it's been a few hours now, and I'm good now. So yeah, I guess we'll have to test it again next week. Spend the day with him to see if it happens.
That would really suck.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would just have to stay away from him because like he's been here since like September, October or something, so a good few months, and this is the first time I felt like that. But then again, this is the first time I've spent um, that much time with him. So yeah, let's just give a quick shout out. We've got NS Morse, your homie, your friend,
Yes.
Belgium checking in.
Yes.
Um, welcome, welcome, welcome. And yeah, we've got another comment from Andy. Hey, friend, what's up?
Hello. Hello.
Hope everything's good on that end. And yeah, that's it. I mean, let's get started. Like, well, we and I have, or you and I have been chatting for a little bit in the background. Yeah, seemed like a really cool dude. So thank you very much for coming on as well.
No
Um,
problem.
I
Problem. I
really
was going to
appreciate
talk.
that.
Talk some ball python shit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Always fun.
it's really nice that the not just you, but the feedback I've been getting from other people about this. I'm glad that I'm not the only one that thinks that Europe and European breeders have a lot to offer and they have a lot to say. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
think there are lots of European breeders that are really underrated and not in the big picture. And I think they can use a podcast like this to get more people get to know him and more people recognize him. That
let's actually get into that. Why do you think that is? Like, because like I don't see obviously people being on podcasts or YouTube channels like you see in the States. I mean, obviously there's not as many people doing it as there is in the States, but why do you think that is? Well, it's almost like they try to hide.
Yeah, I think there are not a lot of European people that want to be on camera. That's just one thing. Just like me, it's like this is the first time that I live actually. So and second time, yeah, the USA is always bigger and better, they say. So yeah, I think just people need to get started to get on a podcast like this, and maybe when one guy starts with it, more people will do it, and more people will join, and I think more people will do it after. some
Yeah.
people will start it, and it's always like that. Some people start it and some people follow it, some people don't like it and they don't do it, but
Because I mean,
uh,
I remember a while ago, we had, you know, Tom Wolf, Wolfie's
yeah,
Romance, the UK guy. Like he had a podcast for a while, but again, he was bringing on like, you know, American breeders and stuff like that. And there's no real highlights of the European guys. So
yeah,
yeah, and I think it helps at the end of the day, you know, like
yeah,
people
for sure.
coming into the hobby. Like when I came into the hobby, you know, obviously straight into YouTube, and I'm watching like Brian Barczyk videos, Kinova videos, and I'm finding podcasts, and then
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, everything I knew was like over there. And I it was I think 2024 the first time I went to the ham show, and I got there and I was like, wow, look at all this stuff. And I'm like looking at all these breeders and like I didn't know half of them. And a couple of them I knew were like from Instagram because I recognized the logo. And it's like I didn't
yeah,
know any faces, I didn't know anybody's name. Yeah, so I actually I think it helped. I hope it helps and I hope it brings, you know,
yeah, it will help for sure. I think
stability.
more people will get recognized after they
Yeah.
will introduce themselves, because I think that's a big problem in Europe. Most people just bring their name out, but not the person behind it. Um, they don't go live like this, and I think that's missing, because I think most people will want to know who is behind the name. Like,
Yeah.
I can represent Future Royals, but if people don't know me, they won't come to me and ask things about snakes. And I think it's better that people know you and you can talk about things in breeding, and not just only breeding, also keeping, because there is a lot of people think this is good, other people think this is good. So it's always good to talk and learn from other people, I think. So
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Um But yeah, let's get into you a little bit more. You know, obviously we know your name, we know your company, but what's your story? Like, how? I think it's kind of a cliche question, right? It's like, how
yeah,
did you get started? Like,
it started for me as a little kid. I was always excited about reptiles and especially snakes. And I have an uncle from me. He's breeding for a long time already. And I went there and checked out the snakes and worked a little with it and got addicted to it. And I got my first snakes when I was 16. And at first I hid it from my mom because she didn't want me to have snakes at home. And yeah, after some years, it started with one, and you will know it. It starts off with one, but it don't stay with one.
yeah,
And
it's
I'm
spirals.
starting my first season, and yeah, after my first season, I
Sorry,
think
just the was your first snake a ball python, or did you get something different?
my first snake was a ball python. I still have that snake till today. I
Nice.
I will keep him forever. But it actually was a banana pie.
Oh damn!
It was, yeah, I think a good snake for me.
Is
It
that
had
what your uncle was breeding as well?
at first, no, I wanted to just keep them, but I went to some shows and talked to some people. I got to know a friend from me also breeded reptiles. I didn't know from before. It's Yannick from Nuclear Reptiles,
Hmm.
and yeah, we
So you
started.
guys were you guys were friends before the reptiles, and you didn't
Um,
know who was doing it.
I actually didn't know they were breeding reptiles.
Yeah.
So I got into it, and after some years, it was like, ah, hey, you are also breeding reptiles, and yeah, it was like that. So, and after, I think I got ball pythons like 2 years, and then I got my first clutch, and yeah, when I start cutting eggs, I was addicted,
Yeah.
and here are we now, still breeding ball pythons, 9 years in now, 8 seasons. So
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. So then, was your uncle that got you into this? But was he breeding ball pythons or was he
He was
breeding something?
he's breeding ball pythons already for like 30 years or so, or 25
Oh,
years. He's doing
damn.
it already for a long,
Is
long
he
time.
is he still breeding or?
He's still breeding, but he doesn't has like the big social media and stuff. He always does the Houten shows,
Okay,
so
yeah.
people will recognize him. It's Raw Reptiles. So he always does the Houten shows, but before he did also ham shows, but now he only does ham shows.
It it's
So
closer for you guys as well, right? You're
yeah,
in
it's
Belgium.
like ham is like almost a 4 hour drive, and Houten is like an hour and 50 minutes, maybe something like that.
Oh wow,
So
very
actually, it's
close.
really close.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's crazy. Yeah, the last time I went was like a 2 day trip, and the return home we didn't stop at any hotels or anything. We just went straight, and it was like 23 hours and a bit. Yeah,
Yeah, you
that's
need to
crazy.
fly the plane to go to
Crazy.
the Houten show.
That, that's why we don't. That's why we can't go so often. Um, but yeah, it is what it is. Um, Let me see. I had a couple things specifically that I wanted to ask you, and I should have had this up already. But yeah, so you're from Belgium. What's it like to breed in Belgium? Because I know, like, obviously, different places in Europe have different rules and stuff. Like, I know in Germany, they're very picky about like terrariums and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, in
What's
Belgium, it's the same stuff like Germany. You can feed live. You need to have them in terrariums. If you want to keep them in racks, you need to sell them quickly. They only can stay in the racks for like a couple of months, and they you can't breed actually in racks. So
okay?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's really difficult. Now there's also like this stuff that you need to have two locations. You can't breed and sell the ball pythons at the same location, so you need to have two different spots before you can actually breed them and sell them under the same company. So
okay.
it's actually really hard in Belgium. But for me, I'm doing just small scale. I don't have like 100 clutches every year. So for me, it's like I try to keep it as small as possible. It's hard sometimes, but I
Just
try.
selective
Um,
breeding.
and I try to like always get new holdbacks in and sell breeders. So I have don't need to buy more racks and always just take up the space that I have. So I don't
Yeah.
need to expand and expand and expand because I'm still living with my parents. So for me, it's not that easy to go big, big, big. So for now, I will
But it's
stay
easier to
small.
spend money.
Yeah, and I also think you don't need to go big to produce some great quality. For
No,
me,
sure.
it's I try to be specific at picking snakes, buying snakes only from like really established breeders, and
Mhm.
try to be picky about the quality and just match the right snakes to get just the best visual looking snakes. I really like DG, and you have like certain types of DG that
Yeah.
works well, but you also have DGs that not really look DG, but it's still a DG. But I try to get like the best visual, best
Yeah.
quality.
And I think from what I see right now in Europe, people are more worried about the prices of the animals rather than the quality of the animal that they're bringing into their
Yeah,
collection.
and I think that's wrong
Yeah, of course, of course, of
because
course.
I think the quality should decide the price.
Absolutely.
It's just like if you search on Morph Market and you search some chocolates, you have really good looking chocolates, and you have like chocolates that don't really look chocolate but they are chocolate. And it's like genes like that, if you put them in like crazy combos and you have the bad quality, it's
It
not the
ruins
same
it.
animal, no.
Yeah, it ruins it.
It's
I did that exact same thing that you're saying. I was actually looking for a chocolate clown a while ago, and I just went chocolate clown on Morph Market EU, and I was looking at all the options, and I was like, damn, they're so different. Like you could see from the cheapest one to the most expensive one, like just the difference in the expression of the gene and the
yeah,
contrast and color. It's like, wow, that's
yeah,
crazy.
true.
And it could also not be chocolate because,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we've all heard the stories of
I think
mislead
a
stuff.
lot of
And
things
yeah,
on Morph Market are misid'd. I
yeah,
think too many people are jumping in the hobby and try to make money, but they really realize after some time that it's not like that, and that it's not
work.
really that easy to make a name and sell a lot of snakes. It's That's why for me it's more about the quality. I don't want to sell like 1,000 snakes every year. If I can sell, like, I can just maintain my collection and get
Oh,
something
Can you
back.
can you talk about how many animals have you got right now?
I think I have now around 40, 50 breeder females that are
Uh,
producing for me. So I expect this year around 35 to 40 clutches.
okay, so this is going to be your biggest year ever, or have you produced?
Yeah, probably this will be my biggest year.
Okay, cool. Yeah, nice. I wanted to ask you as well, but obviously 25's just gone. Um, what was your highlight for 2025? Like, what was the biggest achievement you think for you?
For me, I didn't had some special snakes hatching actually in
It could
2025.
be something you bought or something like.
For me, it was just actually I took a year off in 2025. I only had 3 clutches.
Okay.
So I prepared all my females for 2026. So this year will be a good year. No, most of the females are already ball wrapping, and it's good that we talk about this now because I always have my season in the winter. I always have all my eggs before February.
Awesome.
It's It starts
Yeah.
from the end of December to beginning to the end of February, March, maybe some April, but most of the times it's in the winter times. I always have my eggs. It's really strange. I talked about that to a lot of people, and they all say, "Damn, it's crazy." I have some
Mhm.
clutches in the winter, but not all of them. And I bought some snakes from guys that had eggs before from the females, and they didn't lay eggs in the winter. And I put them
Can
here.
you? I mean,
So
there's a name for it. Like, don't ask me, I can't remember it now, especially in English. But like, there's like a sink, right? There's this thing that they say that the female animals, or any obviously in humans as well, they can sync their cycles, right? So
yeah,
then, like, if you have a couple females that go in a specific time, then another female that normally doesn't go around that time will sometimes sync because I don't know what it is, pheromones or what the
yeah,
explanation is. There is a thing like that that people talk about. It's obviously not completely scientifically proven, but it is something that people talk about, and they say the same about women. So
yeah. It's a interesting topic because yeah, it needs to come from somewhere, you know. I bought some snakes from other guys and they lay before, not in the winter, and I put them here in my racks and they lay in the winter. So
that's
it's crazy.
interesting. Yeah, very interesting.
This
So
year I also had a female. She was eating until a week before her ovulation.
oh wow,
So she
yeah.
kept on
I've also
going.
heard of females that don't stop eating.
Yeah, I heard that before, but for me, it was always females will go like a month before a food,
Yeah,
and after they got their ovulation and started laying eggs. But I
yeah.
don't have any female eating that long.
One of my one of my females, it's actually one that I bought from a baby. My first snake, actually. Yeah, she is. She was going to be just a pet, but she's a black-eyed leucistic, and I was never able to find out if she was super fire or super yellow belly, like ivory. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna breed her. Why not? So this year I'm gonna breed. I'm breeding her to see to see what if I can prove out what she is, because I didn't want to like pay for the shit testing because she's only gonna be a pet and stuff like that. I could
Yeah,
have done that to find out, but I was like, I'm just gonna play the long game here, see what happens. She actually stopped eating. Like last week, I tried to feed her. She wouldn't eat. I was like, wait, what? You always eat. Like since she was a baby, she's always, even in shed, she eats. And I'm like, okay, could it be? Maybe
yeah, maybe she will go for you.
it's starting. Yeah. We'll see this week when I try to feed. Um, but cool. So yeah, 25's done with. So what about 2026? What's your big plans for 2026? Can you talk about
Um,
top secret?
yeah, I want to. I'm really big in the exantic stuff, the black exantic stuff.
Sorry, just 1 second, because something fell here. Oh, there we go. I have a set. It was actually my work laptop. I have under the table here, and it just fell to the ground. Damn, I hope
That's
it's
not
not.
good.
It's my work laptop. I hope it's not broke. But yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, for this year, I'm mostly doing some black exantic stuff. I will try to hit triple visual black exantic DG clown. But for me, the most exciting stuff is I have some clutches for the freeway black exantic clown. So I
Okay.
will try to make that one. I already have the highway exantic clown, but it's a powerful breeder male that I have, the highway exantic clown, but visually it's not that crazy.
Yeah,
It, he had some great pattern when he was a baby,
that's what I was gonna say.
but
When I
it
was a
went
baby,
away when he got older. So now he's almost a completely white snake with a little black on its head and some dark spots. But when he was a baby, he was really stunning.
yeah.
But he's still really powerful.
I find that a
So
lot with those yellow belly complexes, those supers. Um, it's like, or obviously that one's not super, but the alleles. But when they go older, it's like the pattern just gets destroyed. Um,
yeah, it's by most of the highway stuff. I think it's the most common that the pattern will go away. But I think the freeway stuff will stay. I have a freeway clown male, and yeah, he's still the same as the baby. He even got brighter. So I think the black exantic freeway clown will look amazing.
yeah,
But that
okay.
is for me my main goals. And also some sunset stuff to make some triple heads and quad heads
Oh,
for
nice.
sunset hypo DG clown stuff.
Fire.
So I have this year one clutch. The female is now in ovulation. She's vanilla triple head hypo DG sunset, and she's paired up with the same male. Also, vanilla triple head hypo DG sunset. It's actually a split clutch from me and my best friend, Yari from GD Snakes. Uh,
Okay.
we got that couple as a baby 2 years ago, and they are now ready to breed. The female just went in ovulation, so fingers crossed. And
Chops.
yeah, it's a triple head to triple head pairing, but I always say if you don't do the pairing,
If
you
you,
can't
yeah,
hit them.
If you
So
don't score.
yeah, it's like that. So yeah, triple head to triple heads is not the best odds, but some people made triple visuals before from triple head to triple head. So
Yeah, exactly. And it happened last year. Yeah,
yeah, actually, Lambert from Dutch Dream Pites, he
okay.
also had triple visual from triple head
Triple
to
head.
triple
Oh,
head.
yeah.
He had Axanthi Kiki ball, so the
Oh,
Axanthi genetic stripe clown.
oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's a crazy snake, man.
Yeah, I'm
But
sure it
it's the
is.
DPI. I also work both lines because I want to see which one is the best in like the really high end triple visual combos.
Mhm.
I seen the DG Axanthic DG clown from Justin. Now this year with in 2025 he added spot nose and confusion to it.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. Like the whites and the black,
Yeah,
it's crazy snake.
so much pattern.
Also, I saw him from Pragmores, also hit the triple vision, but a black Exantic.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, and for me, I really like the black Exantic stuff more. I really like the dark stuff. Also, I
yeah,
have some in my Hypo DG clown projects. I also have mostly dark stuff like Stranger, Chocolate, jeans like that. I think, yeah, chocolate and stuff is the best in hypo DG and black pastel. Like the dark stuff really brings out great contrast.
mhm.
So I'm trying to shoot for that, um, mostly because I like them myself. Um, like I was saying before, it's not for me to make big sales all over the place. It's mostly because I like breeding snakes and big and I just want the best quality in my snakes, and I don't need to be a big scale. Just small but only great quality is
Yeah.
actually my plans.
And you hear so many stories about people that go big. Obviously, I was gonna say go big too quick. You haven't. It's not quick for you. You've been doing this for almost 10 years now, but you just go too big, and then you start. It becomes like a job, right? Where you have to do
Yeah,
it, and you're not doing it because you love it, and that's just kind of kills everything for people. And that's another reason a lot of people get out. So yeah,
yeah. There is a lot
just
of people that join, and
go crazy.
a time of 2 years they will get all out really quickly
Yeah,
because they understand that it's not that easy to produce like all year around like triple visuals and crazy snakes and sell them easily because the market is not that great at this moment, most people are saying. For me it's not that big problem because I am not that big and I don't have like 100 listings on Morph Market. I think
yeah,
that makes also a really big difference. So if you are a breeder that puts out like 100, babies every couple months, or you're just a breeder like me that sells like or out like 10, 15 listings every half a year or maybe each year,
yeah,
I just try to make stuff for my own. I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
like
yeah,
to make like overproduce and make like 500 babies each year, and I won't sell them, and I'm stuck with the babies, and I need to feed them all the time.
yeah.
For me, I want to keep it realistically. I'm not Kinova,
Yeah, of
so
course.
I just want to stay small. For me it like this is it's good enough.
Yeah.
I have some great quality, so
And you don't do this full time, right? You have a job.
I have a job also. So I
Yes.
work at the night so that I can clean my snakes and do all the stuff for my animals. I also have birds of prey, so
Yeah.
I also need to fly them and feed them and clean their enclosures and their aviaries. So it takes up a lot of time, but It's yeah, if it gets too much, it's also not fun anymore, you know.
How
And
many birds have you got?
I got two. I got a owl,
Yeah.
and I also have a Harris hawk, and
What's it?
I have a Harris hawk.
Oh,
Harris hawk.
oh,
Yes.
yeah, okay.
So it's
Yeah.
a type of buzzard.
Never.
And I also do hunting with him. So
Oh, nice.
it's a great bird.
It's funny actually. Here in Portugal, they started using the hawks and stuff um, for the shopping centers, right? You know, when you go to the shopping center and there's like an area outside for people to eat, and it's
Yeah.
always full of
Birds.
pigeons,
Yeah.
everywhere and pooping on people and going down like stealing food from people. The pigeons are not afraid of people anymore, and
Yeah.
seagulls. And then nowadays, you go to the shopping center, you see a guy there with like a little hawk or an eagle or something in his arm, and there's like no birds anywhere.
Yeah.
As
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
soon as he comes out, all the birds just this.
Yeah. It happens quickly.
I find it so cool. Um, 280 babies is nothing. Easy work. but
Yeah. I think it would be really hard to maintain such a lot of babies.
yeah, you're gonna have your work cut out for you this year because last
Yeah.
year you only did 3 clutches. Now this year, even if you do 30, it's gonna be like wow.
But I did years before with like 20, 25 clutches. So it's not new for me. It will be a little more, but it's just for me, I have a lot of females that I held back some years ago, and last year they didn't go for me. So I just prepared them all for 2026, and now it's the one after the other that goes for me. So
Yeah. Let's talk about those babies. So if you hit those that many clutches, say even if you hit your 30 clutches, about how do you get rid of those babies? Do you vend any shows? Do you ham or halvener?
um, I didn't do any shows before, but I always just use Morph Market, and it always worked out for me. So I don't have any problems actually with selling my snakes with babies. So I can't actually say anything wrong about that or bad about it. So for me, it's no problem to get rid of my babies every year. It goes quickly. So 2 years back, I had like 200 babies, maybe, and they went out really quickly. I think it just depends on which project you work. If you work with project that people want to buy,
Yeah,
they sell out quickly. But
yeah,
if you stay with the low end projects, it's hard to sell the babies. You
yeah.
know,
And
it's
we
just
have obviously now, I mean, the Asian market coming in hot. And I want to get into that a little bit as well because you were telling me that you sold some snakes already to those Asian
most of my
markets.
high end stuff goes to Taiwan or Japan. And yeah, I didn't do anything to sell them to Japan or Taiwan or
That's
so. They
that's
just
what I was gonna ask. I mean, are you posting with this like those Chinese hashtags or whatever,
no,
or what
no,
are you
no.
doing?
I don't do anything like that. So it's just Morph Market. People hit me up, and most of the times I need to deliver at Ham Show. I just bring them to the table they ask for, and they already have the paperwork ready. So it's easy for me. Just pack the snakes, drop it off at the table, and it's like that.
Sounds like a dream, right? And those
Yeah,
guys they just buy, right? You don't get people messaging you like, "Oh, what's the best price you can do?" Yeah, will you sell me your 1,000 euro snake for 500? Like you don't get none of
yeah,
that. That's what I hear anyway.
yeah. That's what I actually like about the Asian market. Is I think ball python breeding is really new out there. It's just the last couple of years that it really start to kick off in the Asian countries. So I think they are really looking for like the high end stuff to get into and breed only the high end stuff, because they understand that the low end stuff is not going anymore like 10 years ago,
Yeah.
and you need to invest like some money. Don't buy like 200 euro snakes and try to sell them, because it will be a pain in the ass. Like every breeder now, most of the people in Europe, there's a lot of people that join the ball python community and get out really quick, because they understand that it's not that easy.
I was listening to a podcast today, and it was, you know, the guy from South Africa, CJ. Is it
Hmm.
not CJ?
Yeah.
PJ from Reptiles for Centuries, and he
Uh,
was talking about, because he last year he went to, it's like Thailand, Japan, and somewhere else. And he was talking about, I think it was Philippines as well, and he was talking about the market out there, and he said even Thailand, some of the best combos, like, I don't know, maybe it was clown he was talking about. Some of the best like clown combos that he's ever seen in his life was there
yeah,
in those
but I
countries.
think it's just
Great.
because they look out at different countries to buy just the best quality. So it's just the same for me. I like to pay like 500 euros more for a snake,
Mm-hmm.
but have the good quality,
Good
than
quality stuff.
pay 500 euros less and get stuck with the bad quality, and don't sell your snakes, and it's not the same. It's like was saying before, with the chocolate, is what you really can see. If you type in chocolate on Morph Market, you can see like 1,000 types of different chocolate, but you can really see the best ones, you know.
Yeah,
It's, and you can really pick out the quality. And I think that is what make the difference in the Asian countries, because they go to USA breeders and send to European breeders and just buy the best quality,
yeah.
and don't get involved with those simple combos.
And they're going for the big dogs as well. You know,
Yeah, I think
they don't
it's
go after the small breeders.
it's
These
also
are
not
like,
that easy anymore to import snakes. I think it's not that cheap anymore. If like for us, if you want to buy a snake from the USA and you want to import it, it's quickly 250 euros, 300 euros for each snake, you
yeah,
know. So if it's not a snake that is worth like 1,000 or 1,500 euros, it's not.
not worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not worth it to import a snake and pay
unless
like.
it's unless it's something that you don't have over here, because
Yeah,
obviously
for
there's
sure.
a lot of jeans out there that are not so expensive, like paint. You know, we spoke about paint. I mean, even today I was looking at paint males on Morph Market for $400, and
Yes.
it's like, that's cheap, very cheap. But you know,
But
for
yeah,
what it is,
it's probably in the USA, that male or female that you saw, the paint stuff for $400, is it then? And when it's in Europe, it's not $400 anymore, you know?
yeah,
It's $1,000 for the
yeah,
same snake. And I don't see a lot of people buying snakes from the USA because they need to pay the shipping costs. And
yeah.
I
That's,
think,
and now with now we have obviously the, was it SWR shipping, you know, Tom and Scott from the UK, but yeah, they're good at what they do, but the prices are well up there.
yeah,
So
but I think there is no other way. I think
yeah,
for them it's also not cheap to bring snakes here, and I think it's not easy to get the paperwork done and get the
yeah,
permits to ship the snakes here, and it's not that
that's
easy,
yeah,
because I tried it myself before to arrange a shipment, and it's not easy. You don't
Yeah,
get the permits that easy.
yeah,
So
I can imagine.
that's why I think the price is that high.
So obviously we've been talking here for a bit. I was gonna ask you what, but I think I know the answer. I was gonna ask you what you think, what your advice would be to be a successful breeder in Europe. Um, but I guess it's just gonna come down to quality, right? Which is what we've been
Yeah,
talking.
like I said
Quality in,
before, I
quality
think
out.
just pick out the good quality, and I think in the long run, quality will matter.
Yep, absolutely.
People will buy the quality, and I think will not buy the not so good quality, and people will look for the quality in the ball pythons, especially for the high end market. That's where I want to go for. For me, in my collection is I want to do only high end stuff. So triple visual combos. Um, I want my standard to be a double visual. So I think people will look for quality in the long go and not just pound like 10 different genes in one animal and make like an animal with 10 or 12 genes in it. And it's, oh, I have an animal with 15 codoms in it and one recessive, and my animal is the best animal. But I think quality will matter. And I think a four co-dominant animal and maybe one recessive, but just good quality looks better than a triple visual with five codoms and just look like a white snake, like Kinova just showed one. That Hypo DG one that is just all white snake.
Yeah, yeah, the one that
I
the
think that
Canova
really
posted
sucks
today.
if you hit a triple or double visual and it's all white. I think it really sucks.
I still don't know how that's possible because that's super. What was it? Super black pastel chocolate. Hypo DG clown, like super black pastel chocolate. It should be if anything, a black snake. But no, it's all white.
Yeah, with the hypo, the black will be blue,
Yeah, I mean,
but
if
not
anything,
white.
yeah, Hypo and DG would make it grayish. They
I
posted
think,
a gray snake last year as well. It was
yeah, I
something
think the
similar.
the the picture is just not showing the true colors of the snake, because I think in real life the snake will look a little bit gray
Yeah.
because of the hypo and the DG. But I think it really sucks when you like put like eight codominants in an animal and it won't show the pattern, or you just get a all white or all black, or it
Yeah,
just sucks, you know?
like we spoke before, before the show started, when we were talking about those, all white snakes and the yellow belly complex, a yellow belly or fire or the bell complex. I'm really careful because I've had that in my head since I started because I've been obviously hearing about it so much. I've always had that in my head, just careful not to pair, like a fire to a fire or a yellow belly to a yellow belly because I don't have that many animals. There's not that many pairings I do to hit what I want. So imagine if I pair like my, I don't know, let's just say fire clown head ultra male to fire ultra male head clown, and I'm really hoping for that double visual ultra male clown, and it comes out an all white snake. I'm gonna be like, come on, all
Yeah.
that work, all those years for what? For this? Nah, man. So
And
I
most
try
of
to.
the times, if you don't want that snake, you will get it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the same with the pastel. Obviously, pastel is everywhere. I find in Europe, like a lot of times I wanted to buy an animal, I just didn't buy it because pastel was in it, and it's not because I don't really like it. I don't really like the look of the snake because say what you want, I think pastel looks great on certain combos,
Yeah, for
but
sure.
but you have to think of not that animal that you're seeing or buying, you have to think of the animals that you're going to make in the future,
Yeah,
right? So just
yeah.
I don't right now anyway. I don't see pastel in my coming into my collection. I mean, I have like one female that's like spot nose and pastel. But again, that was one of those like impulse buys that you do when you first come into
Yeah, I
the
have
whole
some
game.
pastel, but it's mostly my exantic stuff, so it won't matter actually.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, exactly. And I
And
think the Exantic DG Clown, it needs pastel in it. You know,
yeah,
it
the-
just makes it so much wider, so much more contrast.
yeah,
So
for sure, for sure.
that's what I said. There's a place in, for everything. Every gene can be somewhere. You just have to be careful with it. Um, but
And
yeah,
just for
so
specific pairings, I think, because most people just want to produce a lot of babies,
yeah,
and they don't
again,
really
that's
think
the
about.
illusion that you're gonna make, $1 million just selling snakes. I think that's a bit of an illusion, and you're seeing it in the states. A lot of people dropping out because COVID. They bought all these snakes. They're like, oh yeah, buy this snake for 5,000, and then you're gonna make babies and sell them, and you're gonna make 30,000, 50,000, and it doesn't just work like that. You can't. You
Yeah,
have
it's
to market yourself. Which is again another reason why I want people to come on here. This is a way of marketing yourself, get your face out there, your business out there, your brand out there, so that people know who you are, who they're buying from, rather than just looking at an animal on Morph Market and you know. Anyway.
yeah. I try. For me, I try to bring out my collection as only like really good quality, and I try to make specific pairings to not make these snakes that I need to do like 10 shed tests on it to know what's exactly in it. There will be some future pairings where that needs to be done, but glad that we have shed testing, because there will be even more snakes on the internet that are mis-ID'd. And I think it's not that easy. Like for me, I will work this year a lot with hurricane, and in some expressions hurricane is, you see it directly, but in some snakes you won't see it,
Yeah.
and you need to test for it. And I think a lot of breeders nowadays also, they join the ball python community and start breeding, and when they see shed tests are not that cheap also, they won't test their animals and put like a guess out there,
Yeah.
and make put animals out there that are not head for something, and yeah, you could easily do a test, but if it's not matter that you need to pay for it, and you don't just want to make money of it and breed like 1,000 snakes every year, I think that will matter. People need to know what's in their collections, and just pick out the best quality of the snakes, and just put their own like sign. For me, I'm really picking the hypo DG stuff, so I only want like the good expression hypo DG animals,
Yeah.
and not like the all black snakes, like they turn white, and like even with that TSK Axanthic highway clown. For me, it really sucks that it's a adult male and it's almost completely white. I love snakes with a good appeal, with a good
Yeah.
visual, with great contrasts. I think those snakes will be the best to sell in the market.
Do you
The
work with a certain line of hypo, or are you a bit?
I have I have orange ghost, just orange ghost in my collection, but I have some animals from Rene.
Mhm.
I think he still has the best hypo line. Progmorphs is heavy in that line, but I think that's the best hypo line. I try to bring that line in my collection the most. I have some Orange Dream animals, and if you put the Orange Dream hypo and the Orange Dream hypo from Rene, is they're just two different animals. It's crazy. The pattern is so much cleaner. Um, that's what I'm saying. It's just the quality that matters for me. It's only about quality.
Yeah, and that's the way to go. And you know, people need to realize basically that's the way to go. You know,
Yeah,
like
I think
the
so.
chocolate clown example that I gave you. You know, you had a chocolate clown for like I don't know 150 euro, and then you had a chocolate clown for 500 euro,
Yeah.
and difference between them was crazy, 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 crazy. But anyway, I wanted to ask you specifically what your favorite genius were. What's your favorite?
For me now, I'm mostly focused on Sunset in the upcoming years. I really like the rusted tones. I think Sunset is underrated in Europe. There are not many sunsets in Europe,
Mhm.
so I think the upcoming years will be Sunset, and also for me, Paint. Paint is, I think, the Paint clown is just the next level clown that we needed
Yeah,
in the market. So I think Paint will probably be the most
even hypo
excited for
paints.
me.
I've seen the hypo paints from things like enigmatic morphs or something like I can't remember what their business name is, but they put out the hypo paint, and it was just like incredible,
Yeah,
so orange, like the blacks and the orange. It was just amazing, amazing.
yeah, but I think more granite jeans will reach their prime time, like I can
Yeah,
say. But I think more work needs to be done. More people need to do certain breeding to get to know what they are working with, because you have like nowadays how many granite types you have.
but
It's
yes,
crazy. It's like maybe 50 genes if you put them all together,
yeah,
and I think when chat testing will be done to all those genes, I think it will be come down to a couple of genes, and
yeah.
that it will not be 50 granite genes
But
anymore.
then again, you would for that to happen, we need people like these people working these genes to let them go, and people are not willing to buy them at the prices that they're willing to let them go because you know even from shed testing, you hear from them that they need hundreds and hundreds of samples of shed tests basically to try and get to the bottom of a gene. And you know, look at monsoon for example. It's been out there for so long, and you know we haven't got a test for it yet.
Yeah, I think RGI is doing a great work with that.
But
They are like fixing the most of the tests
yes,
for all the breeders. Now with RepGen in Europe,
yeah,
I think it will be a big plus for a lot of breeders to get access to more sheds, different genes to shed test on.
yeah,
I think that is a big thing. Shed testing will be the big thing now,
yeah.
and it needs to be like that because
I'm
there are
so happy
too
that
many.
we've got RepGen now. I'm so happy because as soon as obviously they announced it, after a couple of days, you saw what happened to the prices of Pro Harbor, right?
Yeah, and I think
Instant.
it needs
It was
to be like that because a lot
yeah,
of people don't want to spend like 50 euros on a chat test, and if it's not worth it on an animal for like 100 or 150 euros, and if the animal comes back negative, it's just a bummer, you lost 50 euros.
I
And
spent this summer I don't know like 200 something euros on shed testing on a couple of animals that I had and a couple that I bought, and every single one of them came back negative. Every single one. There's like 5 or 6 tests of something. Every single one was negative, and I was like, man,
but
that's
yeah, I think actually as a breeder you need to think about shed testing too before you do a pairing. You need to have the money to do the shed tests for that specific pairing. If
Yep.
you don't have that, just don't do the pairing, or just wait, or
Or make sure you know exactly what you're gonna hatch.
yeah, for sure.
Do you know what I mean?
If it's
Or
just like me, I do a triple head to triple head, but I will test all the babies, you know.
man, look at
Yeah,
Andy.
just like Andy is saying,
2,500 euros in shed test this year. That's crazy.
for most of the people,
Yeah.
it's
I
crazy
mean,
money, you know.
but how much money do you get in return? That's the other thing people need to think about. Yeah, if it comes back negative, man, obviously that's a hit that you take. But if it comes back positive, like a DG clown is not the same as a DG clown head hypo.
Yeah, for
You
sure, for
know,
sure.
you
And I
know.
think that will matter because people need to think about that. And most,
I think people are still thinking that it's better to sell like DG Clown pause head hypo for a little bit of more money than it would be for a non head hypo. But the way I see it, I wouldn't pay for something that's pause heads. It's either
yeah, me too.
heads or no heads.
Yeah,
It's
for sure,
yeah.
me too.
Especially obviously, we got shed testing. Now we've got two companies in Europe. I mean, you don't even need to send to RGI. You just send it to Czech
Yeah, I
Republic.
think it will be a lot quicker for a lot of more breeders because yeah, sometimes you needed to wait, and I think the waiting was also a problem for some breeders.
Yeah,
Like in the USA, you have like this fast testing when you send the shed, and like 48 hours after you send in the shed, you have the results.
I think we're gonna have that here as well with RepGen, right?
Yeah, now
Yeah,
I think it will make a big difference. Teresa and Devon are doing a great job.
yeah. Our friends asking what do we think of Orange Ghost.
For me, Hypo is just the main gene in my collection. I'm a big Hypo fan.
I like the Orange Ghost line. Yeah.
I don't see
Some of the stuff.
Green Ghost or the other Hypos a lot around here in Europe.
Yeah, no, but even in the States, the stuff that they're like that, the paint one that I spoke about, I think it was an orange ghost, and it was just like the oranges in it were just unbelievable.
Yeah, I think most of the Hypo stuff is Orange Ghost.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. Let's do a couple wrap up questions. We've already hit the 1 hour mark. See, it's so easy. Like time
Yeah, it
just
goes quickly.
flies. Um, but I want to ask you what is your favorite codon? Well, incomplete dominance. Like, what's your favorite?
My favorite will be, I think, Hurricane.
Hurricane. Okay.
I
Yeah.
am new in Hurricane, but I have some great combos in Hurricane already that I got this year in 2025.
Mhm.
So shout out to Tim from Neverland Reptiles. He hooked me up with some great Hurricane stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited to see some future combos in the Hurricane stuff.
Yeah. I've said that I wanted to get into Hurricane, but um, I don't feel like paying like 2,000 euros for a Super Hurricane Super Split from damn it, forgot his name now. Hans.
Yeah,
I don't feel like doing that right now, so I'm gonna wait a little bit.
yeah. Actually, like Nick is saying, Lace also.
Yeah,
I'm really excited to see some more Lace in Europe.
especially now that we have a test for it.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a
that's
good one.
awesome. I
Yeah,
also have a lace male. He's double head hypo clown, so I'm waiting for him to breed. So hopefully, maybe at the end of this season, I can use him. He's still a small male, but with the
yeah.
males it goes quickly.
You need to, you need to pump him, feed him 2 3 times a week. Feed.
I don't prefer to overfeed. Actually, I prefer to take my time to get my snakes ready. Like last year, it doesn't matter for me to take a year off and bring like all my females up to size and then make them ready for the next season. I think some breeders need to take off some years
Yeah.
between like some seasons. I mostly do like 2 seasons and I take one off, or
Okay.
some females, or I don't breed every female in my collection
Yeah.
to give them back time to get back on weight and get on back on good food schedule.
Yeah.
I
I've
think
heard.
that's important too,
Yeah. I've heard. I've
because
heard.
they are still animals, and we don't need to push them for every year the most eggs. Um,
Mhm.
I think also what's a big conversation in the ball python community is when to breed a female. Um, for me, I will probably start to breed a female around 1250 grams to 1500. I will I could try some smaller females. I don't like to, but yeah, if you need to have,
You're not like Miguel from Always Have Heavy Pythons that's breeding females at 1,000 grams or something.
yeah, but I don't think that's specific bad,
Yeah.
because in my opinion, in the wild there is no scale. So if the female wants to go and if she's ready, I
That's a
think she
good point.
will go.
Yeah. That's a
I
good
think
point.
that's misunderstood, because most of the people are always talking about your female need to be 1.2 kilos before you can breed her. I think when a female is ready, she will lock up with your male, and she will produce eggs.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point. Good point. Let me ask you also real quick, because well, obviously you've already spoken about like sunset and paint for next year, but what is your favorite recessive? Like,
My favorite recessive is hypo. It
okay,
is hypo, and it will stay hypo probably forever, because I'm a big hypo fan. Like 80% of my collection is hypo, so I will stay in the hypo stuff, and I will add sunset and paint, but my main gene is hypo.
Mhm. Yeah, it's cool. No, very good. Yeah, we've already spoken a little bit about your goals this year, but tell us about your future. Like, what's the future for future Royals?
Um, I would say I will try to hit some triple visuals, hopefully in the upcoming years. And like I said before, for me, it doesn't matter if it's like a $15,000 snake or a $200 snake. Um, it just, for me, just the quality matters, and I just want to put out the work that I'm doing now and just want to produce every year better and better quality, and add in better genes. Maybe we have some new genes in 2026 that will
I'm
break the
sure.
market. um, I think probably it will. Like, I think tornado also will kick off in 2026.
Yeah,
I think it's a sick gene, and I think it could possibly take over the market in the upcoming years.
I'm sure it will.
Also, aggressive.
Especially because you've got the big dog working it, from Canova. If whatever he does, like the market follows, right? So
Yeah,
if he says Tornado's amazing, everybody's gonna jump on that bandwagon. But I think the key thing will be the price. Obviously, if the price stays that high, it's gonna be hard for more people to join in. If the price comes down a little bit, then more people will join in. You'll start seeing a lot more combos because then you have
yeah,
people who will take it different directions and stuff, and then people will see if it's their thing or if it's not their thing.
yeah. It's
So
just like with the Cosmos stuff. In beginning, the price was really high. The price is still really high, but now but we are seeing some different things with the Cosmos gene, and maybe Tornado also have something like that. We don't know yet. It's an untouched gene till now. I think there are not that many Tornado combos around. Maybe some codoms already been worked in that, but I don't see that many combos. So, but I think probably like the wacky genes, the granny genes will take over in 2026. I think that will
Yeah,
be the main goal for
yeah,
a lot of breeders.
yeah. Something came up on my screen and I can't take it out. But oh, there we go. Anyway, cool. I mean, this. I think it was a great episode. It was really cool talking to you, and
It was nice for sure.
yeah, I hope we get to do it again sometime. Maybe we'll bring you back on the pod later towards the end of the year, or maybe next year. See any updates that you might have. How many
Perfect.
more carpets you will have?
Yeah,
uh,
hopefully a lot to show, but we will see that. Um, I don't like to talk up front about stuff, so for me, it's always the waiting game, and we will see what happens. It was nice to be on live, and yeah, hopefully in the future.
one more question here from Nikki. Is there any genes that you don't like?
For me, it's
I
probably the monsoon stuff. I'm not really
Oh,
into that gene. I don't really like the monsoon. Um, it's for a lot of breeders like, oh, the monsoon is the thing, but for me, I don't see that many crazy combos around. Even the DG monsoon is not that spectacular for me.
I think it's limited. It's not that I don't like it because it's cool. Granity, gene stuff. Like I think you just have to work with color, right? Because pattern, there's not so much
Yeah,
you can do with it. It's very
it's
limited.
really strong. It's you can't, you almost can't change it. And
Yeah,
if you work like those really dark genes, the pattern will go away.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
And I think that's a bummer with monsoon, especially if you put out like 10,000 euros for a monsoon, and you make combos and they all look probably or almost the same.
Yeah,
I think that really sucks. So for me, the monsoon is not my project, but I think everybody has his own.
yeah, of course. A lot of people love it. So I was trying to think myself if there's a gene that I don't like, and there's nothing really that comes to mind. I find that every gene has its place.
Yeah,
Like we spoke about pastel, but I mean, if you
it's
put
also for me. It's not that I dislike or don't like the monsoon, but it's just not my thing.
not for you, exactly.
I don't want to work it because I'm not excited about what it's doing, and for me it's better to work with genes that I really like myself, and I'm really excited to work with and see what the future combos will bring for me, and see what I can add to it to make it even better. And I think that's is what make breeding great.
Yeah, I mean, there's people out there that don't like hypo. And it's like,
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
come on, how can you not like hypo? But yeah, I mean, it's
Some years
favorites.
ago, hypo was like a gene that nobody wants, and it was like on the side. And some combos came in a few years back, and everybody jumped on hypo again and worked it
Paint.
with G. And now it's back one of the main genes. So
The guy from South Africa, DJ, he was saying that years and years ago he could have bought a paint for like $200, but he bought like a banana something instead. And then, like, I don't know, 5, 6 years later, he had to buy a paint and he paid like $2,000 for it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I
Yeah,
also have a dominant gene web. It's also a fairly untouched gene.
yeah,
I didn't see many combos from it, so I have a web hypo head clown. So maybe this year she will go for me, and I will produce some web stuff. And maybe I can bring it on the market too, and have some insane combos with it. But for now, it looks like to be an enhancing gene like fire.
okay,
Uh, so not that crazy stuff. I showed it's on my Instagram also, a video from her.
yeah,
Uh, you can really see that she's brightening up the hypo, and it's doing some enhancing, but it's not that crazy stuff, like Cosmos also. It's just subtle, but maybe with the right genes in combination, it will pop off, and but that we will see in the future.
yeah, absolutely. What I was going to say is, yeah, so this is the time now that I'm asking people. I need to find a name for this, but I'm going to ask people to nominate someone else to come on the show. Yeah, just pick someone that you think should be on the show. Just come on and talk to us. Man,
I think maybe Dennis from Designer Royals, Designer Morse. Sorry, I think he could have some great things to tell, because he also is really known in the European ball python community. He also has some big WhatsApp group with a lot of breeders in it.
yeah.
So I think it will be excited to see him on this podcast.
Let me see. I think I've already messaged him once about it. But we'll see. Yeah, I'll write this down, and yeah, he's definitely on my list. I know.
Yeah,
Almost
he
everyone.
also has that Diablo stuff. I think that's also really excited for the upcoming years.
Yeah, for sure. But hey, man, yeah, we're gonna sign off. It's been well an hour and 20 minutes almost, so I think that's long enough. Plus the time that we spoke before, because we were talking, we were on here early before
Yeah,
everybody.
almost like 2 hours or so.
Yeah. But yeah, it felt like no time. It's really nice talking to you. You're a really easygoing person, easy to talk to. So yeah, we
I
should do
try
this
to be
more often.
easy. If people have questions, they can just ask me. I'm a really open guy, um, and try to be as open to the people. And then you can just ask anything. I'm always open to talk about ball pythons or snakes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where can people find you? What's the best place to get you?
Mostly Instagram, but also TikTok or Facebook.
And
So
it's
mostly Instagram.
and is it the same handle on all of the platforms?
Facebook is just my name, and Instagram is just future underscore royals.
Yeah. I did a bit of prep work and I already added all your links in the description below. So if anybody is curious, wants to check out Senne's stuff, yeah, he's the clown. Some of the clown stuff that you're working with, very very cool. So
I do my best.
yeah, follow him there. Yeah, you could definitely see the quality. If you compare it to some of the other stuff you find online, you could definitely see.
Probably in the upcoming years, I will also work with carpet pythons.
Yeah,
So I'm
that's
trying
awesome.
to get into that also, but for now it's only ball pythons.
Yeah, for sure. But hey, thanks very much for coming on. We're gonna sign off here. If you wanna hang around backstage for a little bit, and I'll chat a little bit more. But yeah, thank you so much for coming. And
No problem. It was a pleasure.
you nominated Dennis from Designer Morphs. So
Yes.
we'll see if we can get him on. Appreciate your time, brother.
No problem.
See you later. Speak later.
Ciao.
Awesome. Yeah, guys, that was Senne from Future Royals. Great guy. Amazing to talk to him. Great animals he's got, and you know he's no joke when he's selling animals to Taiwan and Japan and stuff like that. You know that he's not messing around. So yeah, check out the links in the description. You can follow him. Check out my links in the description. Subscribe, comment, like, do all that good stuff. And yeah, this is another episode. Next week we're gonna be back. I'm gonna post during the week who the guest is. I think everyone will enjoy this one. But yeah, as always, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the rest of your night. Pappy out.